Hello! We're starting in a minute. Is this new intro, is it confusing for you? I do intend the camera to be on. It's like a backstage preview. But it could just look like I don't know what I'm doing, which is true, of course. Doug's not a competition, he's a friend. Let's press all the buttons. Hey, how are you? Good, I hope. Yeah, I was just watching a little bit of Doug. I love watching a little bit of Doug. He does the stream before this one. You should check it out if you've got a bit of time before coming on here. Cheers. Got me vodka. How are you? Well, let's see who we got in. Where are you all? Has anyone seen Carl, by the way? He's supposed to be coming on, but he's not here yet. So I don't think he's feeling too well. But hopefully he's going to pop on. I saw him in the chat. Keith is here. Keith, did you see Keith's video? Wow, these up and coming YouTubers like Keith, got to watch them. They put out some good quality stuff. So you should definitely go and watch that video. Oh, Carl's here. I think he's put a shirt on for me. I'm not sure. He's in the green room. We'll bring him in uno momento. There's the Spanish kicking in. But before we do it, let's do some hellos. Yeah, so do check out Keith of the Minted Empires. Go check out the video put up today. It's a collaboration, compilation kind of video. And, wow, Siri just found Keith then as well. I didn't ask Siri to do it, but he did. Yeah, a compilation. It's got me, it's got Carl, it's got Doug, it's got Ron Stefanski, it's got Sean, it's got... Who hasn't it got? So many, I can't even remember them all. But there's loads of people in there. And the question was, basically, should you have one site or multiple sites? All of the experts, of course, said you should just focus on one site. And then there's me at the end of the video saying, hey, yeah, you should start loads of sites. Go and watch it. Go and watch it. It's a great video. Great editing, Keith. He's in the chat, Keith. Hook him up. Go join his channel. Subscribe and all that stuff. Anyway. Oh, Amelia's in it. John Dykstra's in it. Thank you, Electronic Earnings. How could I forget Amelia? What did you say, Phil? Anyway, Phil's here. Adrian is here. Adrian the Eagler. I think all the Eaglers should get an eagle. We got Baz, we got Bradbury, CPA Marketeer, David Halliwell. Electronic Earnings, of course, who remembers who's in the video. Hey, who's just dropped in? Look. It's Matt. How are you, Matt? Long time no see. I hope things are good with you. Have you just been watching Doug? Doug was on before. Yeah, Gaz is here. Hassan, good to see you. Helen's here. I am wearing my merch, by the way. I'm just a bit cold tonight. It's rainy and cold. Oh, by the way, Sue, your gold embroidered eagle t-shirt is on its way. Been dispatched, I think. If not, it's going to be dispatched imminently. Anyway, let's crack on. Justin, Jim, hello. Michael, two Michaels. That's good. I like a lot of Michaels. Nomad, Alex, good to see you. Recreational Combat. Soren is here. Steve Robertson, of course. And Sue, the saviour of WP Eagle, is here as well. Let's see if we can bring Carl in. Carl!
Good evening.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. Don't think you're going to get any sympathy from us in the UK saying it's cold over there and you need a cardigan. Come on.
Well, cardigan's a bit strong, but I did used to love a cardigan. I haven't got any cardigans. Well, okay, here's the deal. You might think Spain... Are we back? I don't know if we're back. Are we back? I've lost Carl. There's no VPN on. Should I have a VPN on? I don't know if that will help. I'm going to drink some tea. Also, when it rains here, the internet doesn't work so well. Carl, come back. I was just saying how cold it is in Spain because none of the houses have got heating. Simple as that, really. You might need to adjust the quality settings. We'll get back to it. Okay, I think I'm back. I don't know if Carl's back. Let me just let me see if I can get him back. Oh, I don't know. Ecamm thinks I'm offline, Carl. Hang on a second. I love it when the technology works. Might just see if I can just do this. Carl, it might work. Try it now. Oh. You don't want it too sharp. I don't know what happened there. There's a lot of guys actually up and down the street, fibre optic guys doing stuff. So I'm going to blame them. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing stuff. Yep, there's a couple of good things about the UK. There's a few other things that aren't so good. Anyway. You're back.
Well, I don't know what happened there.
It's the Spanish internet, jeez. When it rains as well, the internet stops working. Have you seen their cabling? Just cables everywhere. Yeah, which is fine again when it's sunny, but when it rains, you get problems. Are you feeling better? How are you feeling?
Yeah, getting there, a bit better. Just as the sun comes out in the UK, then I go get a cold, so that's about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, just getting over it now.
Good. As long as it's nothing too serious. So how's affiliate gathering going? How's the ticket sales? Anything to announce?
Ticket sales going good. Everything's fine there. The event is just in the last stages of planning, really. We just got a few things like goodie bags we've been sorting out. It's all the little things that you don't realize, like lanyards and goodie bags and signage and, signs where the toilets are and things like that. So just doing a lot of printing and ordering and, just really last preparations. Then we're pretty much good to go then. It's just all about the last few weeks of ticket sales, but it's definitely going to be full. So there's going to be a lot of people there. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
I can't wait. And I mean, hats off to you for organising an event. I wouldn't be able to sleep. It would be too much for my unorganised brain to handle.
Trust me, if I had any hair, I'd probably lose it right now. But it's a good
organising the event is like a night. It would be my worst nightmare. So fair play on that, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, I do want to quickly mention that I have announced a Fringe event. Now, I've done it, and it's on the Affiliate Gathering website under the Fringe section, because I believe all the others are pretty much sold out. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Income Schools, Morton's, then there's a lady organising one. It's part of John Dykstra's group, although John Dykstra isn't coming anymore. His group is still happening. So I think all 3 of those are sold out. So, and I believe yours is going well. I think the ticket sales are creeping in now. So, you've only just announced yours, so I'm not surprised. Obviously, it hasn't sold out just yet, but it won't take long at all. I think you'll be sold out in the next day or two.
I'm going to announce it officially. It's only because I'm just waiting for the venue just to come back and confirm some stuff. They've been very slow. So
I mean, worst case scenario. I mean, it should be at that venue, but worst case scenario, it will happen for you. We'll just get you a new location.
We'll all go to your house. Be fine.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll be literally like 10 yards down the street or something. So don't worry, it's definitely going.
We'll figure it out. I'm going to announce it probably this week. So yeah, it's an event, a get together for WP Eaglers. There'll be beer. There'll be basically all the money that I raise from it. I'm going to put everything up after expenses behind the bar. That's the plan. Anything left, then we'll spend on other things, kebabs. But there will be some food there as well, and some beer, and a chance to hang out. Now, I do want to offer all WP Eaglers, all of my members, they can all come for free. So just keep your eye out. I'm going to do a video on it, and there'll be a full announcement.
That's very generous of you.
I don't know. Well, I've only got 5 members, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Remember, it's pounds. You need to bring.
Bloody pounds! I'll have to change my money. No, I've still got pounds.
Yeah, just like everybody knows, well, the fringe events, although the affiliate gathering team is helping to organise them stuff, it's you guys running them. So it's your events, it's your ticket sales. We're just helping you find venues really and just publicise that you're having them. So but like I say, they're selling really well. So I'm glad I've actually done that. It's a nice little addition.
As long as we don't all get too drunk the night before the main event.
Well, it's probably why I'm not going to attend, maybe hardly any of them. If not, I don't know. I'll probably be still...
Pop in for a cheeky half shandy or something, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to pop in, but I'll probably be doing goodie bags or signs or something. I'll put in lanyards together.
No, you've got to be networking. You can't be... Yeah, I know, but that's going to be... You're going to be running around organising, which...
Yeah.
It's all part of it. So, Gaz says, can I bring the wife or will she be bored? Of course she won't be bored. There'll be beer and food.
Worst case scenario, just let her stay in the hotel. The foyer, the lobby, kind of bar area is amazing. So we were there the other day and we sat and had something to eat and just chilled out. It's beautiful. So yeah, I think your wives and partners will be happy just going there and having a few drinks there, wandering around the shops, coming back. So yeah, I'm sure there's something very.
Have you been? We're in the Hoptail Lounge, which I think is in the Brew York. Is it?
Beautiful. Yeah, it's absolutely. Yeah, if you're a beer, I know Doug's in the chat. He's a big beer fan.
Yeah, and Matt.
Matt. It's where they actually make a lot of the brew beer for York. So it's a really good place. You can have like a tour around the facilities and stuff like that. But yeah, the actual pub is beautiful. The food's gorgeous there. So I think to be honest, all the fringe events are a really good venue. So Marie, my event manager, has found you some lovely places. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a few sore heads on the morning of the conference, which means half the audience might be asleep.
Well, that'll be good. That'll make me feel at ease. I'll have to do my bit. Good. So tonight, I thought we could just chat about how some of your projects are going and other stuff that you've been up to. Yeah. I've also I've got Joanne. I think it's Joanne's site. It is your site, Joanne. I thought we could look at that together. It's a site that I've been promising to review for the last few weeks and never got to it. So we can hopefully have a little looky at that as well. But yeah, so how are your projects? How are your case studies going?
Going very well. So my aged domain case study, that's doing really well. And I've launched another website as well at just beginning of the year. And that's not on an aged domain, that's a fresh new domain. And it's really good to see that after all the algorithm updates and all the fuss that's gone about AI content and not indexing and stuff in 2021, it's really good to see that actually normal sites, fresh launch sites are still doing good. So the age case study is doing incredibly well. But like I say, I've got one that I've not made public, but it will go on my income reports. And it's a fresh new domain. It's a niche that I've not been in. I've added around 70 articles in the first 2 months, and that's indexing well. It's starting to rank, and we're actually getting a few visitors. We had 108 visitors at the end of month 2. So for a brand new domain, I think that's
incredible. Some pretty good growth. Yeah. Is there any new techniques or new approaches that you've adopted for this one?
Not in that one. It is just exactly the same process as before. Yeah, just writing primarily informational content. There's no products on there. There's no ads on there. Anything. It's just basically pure informational content at the minute. There's 70 articles on there, and it's just performing like it should. I mean, there's no surprises, and it's not like doing incredible or anything, but it's how a website should perform. And if you remember, like 2021, new websites just wasn't performing like they
No.
should. You were having indexing issues, all sorts of problems. And it's good to see now that actually, you can still launch a new site, put some good quality content on there, and it's working. It's working. So I'm really pleased with that. And the Age website case study, that's just phenomenal. And there's a lot of content on there. There's a lot of investment. So, how much of that is down to it being an Age domain, or how much is the success down to the amount of content I've put on there? It's difficult to weigh that up, but I mean, the numbers are staggering on there. It really is. It's certainly the fastest growing website that kind of I've ever launched, really.
Yeah. The Age domain must have had some effect on that, you'd think. Otherwise it wouldn't be so popular with some of the more veteran affiliate marketers. However you say it. Actually, Phil is claiming credit on the success of that one. In fact, it's because obviously he did the due diligence on the clean domain, and I guess he's talking about the new domain there.
I think Phil's referring to, because one of my case studies, which I called the mega website, was because I launched it. It was going to be my biggest website ever. I had a pot of money. I was going to throw every writer I had at it.
Loads of content at it, yeah.
And everything I did just didn't work on that website. And that was a new domain, which we thought was clean. We did all the usual checks. We thought we'd done all the due diligence on it, check Wayback Machine, check Facebook accounts, social accounts, nothing. There was no sign of that domain anywhere. So I thought we can just publish content on it. It was very broad domain, so I did have my worries about that. But it shouldn't have, after a year, not be indexing anything. It was clearly something wrong. And then Phil did some more checks, and we think we found a historical link that goes back a long, long time. So obviously it's quite easy to miss that. And it's probably not being used for good things. So I reckon it was
It's on a blacklist somewhere at Google.
I think so. And maybe that's why, because it was such a good domain name. When I got it, I was like, how can anybody miss this? It was a fantastic.
It was too good to be true.
Exactly. And it looks like it wasn't. So,
So what are you going to do with that? Would it be worth just to kind of pick up the site and move it to a new domain to try and salvage all that investment?
Yeah, as a case study, I wanted to kind of just leave it naturally to see what happened, because I was speaking to Morton from Passive Income Geek recently, and he was saying that one of his broadest domains he's ever launched took 15 months before it got any traffic whatsoever. So I kind of thought, well, I've got to kind of leave it that length of time now, and it is around 15 months. And lo and behold, it is now getting some traffic, but that's only because I managed to get the articles indexed using that Rank Math instant indexing tool. If I'd have just let it sit naturally, I think it'd have still been doing 10, 20 visitors a day. But now the content is actually indexed, it is getting a few clicks. We're up to about 100 a day, something like that. So it's still not setting the world on fire.
Yeah, but that's not bad. That's progress, isn't it?
It's starting to move, yeah.
Keith said he got that email this morning from Amazon.co.uk. He was too scared to open it. Did he miss anything important?
Have you read it?
They changed some commission rates. Oh, it's not devastating. I wasn't clear, in fact, what actually changed, but and it's only Amazon UK.
It's just a scale. So the commission rates, I think, have pretty much look the same. I know a couple of niches I'm in was the same. I think one or two of them's gone up slightly, but it's just the amount you've got to earn. So if you're a very low volume seller, you only make a few $100s from Amazon, then your commission rate either stays the same. But if you're in one of the higher tiers, then you'll get the higher commission rate for that niche. So it wasn't, every time we get them emails, don't we? We're all like, oh no, don't want to read it. But yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Amazon.co.uk is still a fairly, well, in comparison to the Amazon.com, it's fairly young, I think. So it's not at the point where they're going to really do the severe cuts like they did on Amazon.com. Just going back to that Rank Math instant indexing thing, because it's a question I get a lot about. Why is my article not getting indexed? Have you used the Rank Math thing? I've not used it. You've used it and obviously had some success. What on earth does it do? How does it work?
Yeah, what it does, I don't know.
Or does nobody know?
I thought it was witchcraft, but basically, the tool is actually built. Originally, when it was launched, it was kind of a separate plugin that you could get to go on Rank Math. And basically, it doesn't wait for Google to come and crawl the site. It submits that URL using the API or whatever, it actually submits the URL for you. So it instantly submits it and gets it crawled.
So there could be a manual process to do this if you went into the Webmaster Console and submitted your URLs that way.
Doing the manual indexing. I tried that with on my case study, I have a spreadsheet with 50 articles, and every week I went in and manually indexed it to see if it worked, and it never did. It never stuck. Sometimes they'd pop in and then drop straight out. And I had there were about 350 articles on that site. I think 250 of them was not indexed, and that's after a year. And then when I did the instant indexing tool, it was a separate plugin, so I had to add it to Rank Math and use that tool. So you got connected with Google Search Console and that plugin that talk to each other, and then I could bulk upload all the URLs that wasn't indexed, and it sent it off and it indexed them, and it did, and it literally worked within 24 hours. But then I noticed, I think it was January, Rank Math now, if you download that, it has the instant indexing facility or function built into it now, and it's automatically switched on, which for me is a bit strange, because
so as soon as you publish it, does it?
You get from that tool, it says, do not use this tool for ranking, affiliate blogs and money posts and stuff. It is basically for news sites and content that needs to be, updated, indexed like instantly for news and important updates. So it isn't really designed to be used for what we use it for. However, I find that shocking that now actually Rank Math has got that added to its actual plugin, and it's automatically switched on at installation. So now you don't have to kind of manually bulk load them. It just actually does it every time you upload a new article. It automatically, if you've got it switched on, you have the facility to switch it on off. It will automatically send it off and get it indexed for you. Okay.
So I guess just don't overdo it, because you don't want to, as people are saying, it's mainly for like news articles and that kind of stuff. Josh is here. Good to see you, Josh.
So Ariel Phoenix is in the chat, and she just said there, it's a pain to set up, which is when it originally came out, that plugin, and you had to connect it to Google. But she said, I've never had an indexing issue, and she's used it since it came out. So a lot of people are saying use it and then uninstall it. So use it, get your articles indexed, then uninstall the plugin. So, Google doesn't know you've used it. But I've heard so many rumors, but I've not heard anybody say negative things about it yet. But you definitely use that at your own due diligence.
With caution.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just quickly go on the computer. There's a couple of things I want to show you and talk about, and we're also going to look at Joanne's site and give her a little bit of feedback. So let's just transition. Oh, that's the back of me. Let me just switch there. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can pop Carl up here. There we go. Good. Let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So, first things first. This Thursday on the afternoon stream, I'm going to be giving away airfresher.com, which is the website that I've been building. Stupid mic. Been building over the last few weeks on the live streams on the Thursday. If you've been able to drop in, you'll have seen me working away, creating content. In fact, one of the streams I ordered $1,000 worth of content, and it's all been published now by Sue. Thank you, Sue. And it's ready to go. And if we have a look in Webmaster Console, let's see if it's being indexed. And just while I do that, let's talk about this one. So I put up a video today on how to use Canva, how to create this image, which I did using Canva. And this image, although after publishing the video, a number of people said, and Carl knows about this, that there's some terms within the T's and C's of Canva, and I have checked this and it is correct, that you can't use their stock imagery as they are over a certain size, which is about 800 by 600, I think. It's like 140,000 pixels or something confusing. So this image here, which is straight from Canva, is probably breaking their terms and conditions. So where did you find out about this, Carl?
When an argument erupted on your Facebook group.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll hold my hands up. I actually didn't know about this whatsoever. I thought that obviously if you were taking Canva images without having a plan or anything like that, then obviously that's naughty. But I thought if you was paying for the Pro plan and it allows you to download it and you don't get a warning saying this file's too big or whatever. Like Adobe Stock does that. Adobe Stock has a lot of images on there that if you're paying for them are free, but then you have some that when you click it, it says, no, this is high quality and it's going to cost you. Yeah. So you don't get the option to download that. Well, you do, but it costs you like $50 an image. So they do have a warning on it. And I've never seen any warnings on Canva ever pop up to say you can't use this image.
So this one again, breaking.
Yeah, so a conversation erupted on YouTube, on Facebook, where somebody had said that they'd had a letter from Canva saying you need to take all your images off your site. And he had over like 200 posts on there. So I jumped in and said, that can't be true. There's a lot of scams going around where people try and snoop you for images. So I said, it's probably one of those scams. Canva isn't going to sue you for using one of their images that you pay for. And then somebody jumped in and said, Cal, you're wrong. And that, you shouldn't be saying that. And I was like, kind of prove it. And then he showed the terms and conditions. And I went and had a look. And the gentleman was right. There is some clear terms and conditions. So I'll hold my hand up. I got that one wrong.
It's weird. However, an image like this one that we're looking at where I've edited it, so the background is a stock image and then I've taken another one of their stock images and blended them together, though someone pointed out that the shadows are pointing in different ways. Thanks for that. I need to adjust the shadows. This one's shadows that way, that way. It's just the lighting in the room. That's fine. That's fine. But if I haven't changed anything like this one, that's not fine. And this one would not be fine either. So you have to, if you want a nice big image, you have to edit it. And this one I need to edit. So that's annoying, and yes, you should have a warning on that, and they do sometimes find you. I mean, it was a long time ago for me, but I did once get an email from Getty Images threatening legal action about some images that I'd used.
Yeah. Or can you adjust the size of it? Can you adjust the file size so when you download it, you don't download the original high quality one? Yeah,
it has to be 800 by 600, I think it is.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm going to do a video on, or at least a short on this, so because no one seems to know this. But anyway, yeah, so if you want to, I did a video today on how I put these images together. Go check it out if you're not using Canva. I'm sure most of you are. But yeah, this site, I'm going to do a live stream Thursday afternoon where I'm going to be giving this site away. And if you're not yet entered, all you got to do is, there's still time. There's still time. I'm going to be taking entries right up until the draw. You just need to come over to wpgore.com. It's this one here. I'll put this in the chat. And just come down and pop your name in here. Now, I have added some terms and conditions, which I didn't do originally. Oops. But basically, you just need to be cool with me announcing your name on the internet, which is what I'll do. I won't share your email address or anything like that. Phil has kindly offered 1 year hosting on the site as well with Spiderweb. And yeah, it comes as it is. But of course, I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to be a good site or anything. But I think it's got some potential. And it's, of course, comes with a license for Popcorn Theme, which is probably worth winning in itself. If we have a look at airfresher.com, some stuff is starting to happen. 134 clicks from search already. And the graph is looking all right. Looking all right. That's gone up. I mean, oh, here we go. There's a real term there. Look, how much electricity does an air purifier use? 1 click in the last 3 months. That's some potential. Let's see where we are coming up on that one. Should probably do that in incognito. But we all know why that's ranking. It's because of the fantastic... Yep, agree. I bet we must be on page 10 or something. Yeah, nowhere to be seen. Oh, no, second page. It's a real new site. It's only 2 months old, maybe. Brand new domain. Oh yeah, it's got AAWP as well, which I'm not sure how the license transfers, but we'll figure that out. And it's got this fantastic air purifier energy and cost calculator, which again I built during a live stream using the fantastic was it Gravity Forms? So yeah, I guess you get a Gravity Forms license as well. So yeah, make sure you're entered, and the draw will be on Thursday, normal time. It'll be 11:30 UK time in the morning. And one other announcement, tomorrow we're starting a new stream. I don't know how it's going to work out. It might be the one and only episode if it's a complete failure, but I'm gone into bed with Niche Website Builders and Doug. We're going to hang out, have a chat, and hopefully not all fall out with each other. So come and watch that. It should be fun. Anyway, let's have a look at... that one's at past... No, it's not. It's at 4 o'clock my time. 3 o'clock UK time. So many streams this week. I can't remember what time I'm on. Anyway, Cole, let's have a look at Joanne's website. So Joanne, you know Joanne.
I do know Joanne.
Yeah, she's a regular in these parts. And this is her website. What's your first impression?
It's very small on my screen, so I might have to just squint at the screen a little bit.
I don't know if you want to fire it up in a browser. I wonder if I'm going to put the URL in the chat. It's joannejensen.com.
I'm actually quite familiar with the website. So...
Oh, are you? Well, do tell.
Just Joanne's done some work for me, so she's helped me out. So yeah, so I've had a look at her website, but I didn't know you were actually going to feature it. So
good,
quite coincidental.
So this is all your fault then, is it?
Probably, yeah. If you like it, it's all my fault. If you don't, it's all Joanne's. Not to do with me.
So
first impression's good. I do like the logo. It looks very kind of personal, kind of homely, and
yeah,
you know that it's a real person's logo.
Yeah, it looks very authentic. Mm-hmm. It looks nice. I mean, my initial first impression is the header's too high, just a little bit high, because from here I can't see any content on my screen. I've got quite a big screen because the header's big, and then you've got the this bit, which is fine, which I like. Again, an authentic picture. You can tell that.
Easy,
but then you've got this ad here. This ad is pushed.
On mine.
Oh.
I don't have that one, so I know obviously PopConf you have the facility to have that on, but I don't actually use that on mine. I'm testing it out on a new one because I have a shot.
So you just straight with the content?
Yeah. So the first thing you see on mine, and I don't actually have ads on the homepage of my new one as well, so I keep the homepage clean.
Yeah, that would be my thought, that maybe lose the ads off the homepage because first, you don't want to hit people with ads as soon as they land. I don't think it's a bit of a turn off, and this particular square one is pushing your content below the fold for me.
So if you're going to put ads on the homepage, I would place them.
Yeah, this might be okay as like a letterbox shaped one, a wide one.
900 by 250 or 300, whatever it is. Yeah.
Empieza aquí. That's what my ad says. What does that mean? Something here? Click here, I guess. I know a key is here. Don't know what empieza is. Come on, Spanish friends. Marcel, do you have to be on the live stream to win the website? No, you don't. You just need to fill in that form. Even if you're not there, you can still win. So, the niche or the niche, someone has just mentioned there's quite a lot of niches going on here. So, Joanne, you're covering a broad scope of topics, there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No, I prefer broad topics. I mean, you can tell it's all about kind of, the great outdoors and gardening outdoors. I'm sure the cooking's going to have a lot of outdoor cooking food and barbecues and stuff like that. So you can see it's kind of a lifestyle. It's kind of an outdoors lifestyle theme going on. So I don't mind that. I wouldn't class this as ultra broad. I mean, she's not going after great outdoors, PC computers and rabbits.
It's all outdoor stuff. Although there is a food section here, which is.
I hate them ads. The vinaigrette ones.
Yeah, I have to actually click to get past it, don't I?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It looks like, Joanne, you've just got like is it Ezoic? I guess it's Ezoic on here.
Yeah. With
the default settings, and sometimes you just need to dial it down a bit because they will stick ads in as many places as possible. I know they say the AI and everything is going to optimize, which it kind of will, but you do need to have a little bit of input in terms of how you want the experience on your website to be. And generally, that means no ads on the homepage, and generally that means none of those horrible ads that interrupt your navigation of the site.
Don't get me wrong, I will put ads on a homepage, but I would only do that if the traffic's significant to make it worthwhile doing that. because most people don't land on your homepage, but there are a few exceptions. Some websites get like an incredible amount of traffic to their homepage, and therefore
Yeah,
you're
so
gonna
then
have
it
to
might be
put
worth
ads on.
it because you're leaving money on the table in theory. I mean, there's
Yeah,
always a
but
balance
I
with
would place
ads.
those ones.
So this is just like just food, which could be eaten inside or outside. You could add a little bit of text here in these boxes. Just add in your category, just add a description, and you can get a bit of work. Just a little bit about what this is about. Love the thumbs. It looks delicious. I'm starting to get hungry now. I could do with a bit of soup on a cold evening. Delicious. Let's have a look at your outdoors. Now, outdoors is, of course, I'm going to say competitive. Because the only reason I said that is because I feel like I've seen a lot of outdoor sites. Would you agree? Kind of camping,
There is, but,
outdoor
there's also
survival.
absolutely millions of things you could talk about with outdoors.
Of course. Like, are high arch insoles good for flat feet?
There you go.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm probably. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter.
She's obviously, a walker and loves the outdoors and stuff, and that will probably come across if she's writing her own content.
Yeah, well, look, there's a picture there of Joanne. Look, authentic.
Which is exactly what you want. It's do hiking boots, keep your feet warm. So if she's got actual the boots and she can show them and what she puts inside to insulate them, and does she waterproof them, and how long they're going to last before she needs to change them? Do you buy a bigger size because you wear thick socks? There's all sorts.
Yeah. And yeah, her wearing them in the snow is a great way to testify whether they're warm or not. One thing I've noticed, it looks like your featured images are different sizes. Like this one has got a bit of white down the side here. This one's not kind of the same height as this one. It's no major problem unless you've got a bit of like OCD, and then it makes you feel funny when they're all different sizes. But that's a little
not you,
thing.
Alex, is it? That's
not
you.
me. No.
No.
Hey, I like this.
I do. Yeah, I was just going to say that. I like that. I've not thought about doing that. That's good.
Okay. That's a stock image, I think. Is that a stock image? Don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's difficult to tell if they're stock, which is good. That's definitely not.
I can say if it's difficult to tell, it's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's nicely formatted. I like
it is nice. Yeah, you got your table here with your Amazon Canada links, which is an interesting choice because you're on a .com domain. I'd imagine you're trying to get, well, I'm going to assume you want American traffic, but you're linking to Amazon Canada, which I know there'll be a lot more hiking possibly opportunities in Canada, but it's going to be a much smaller market, I'd have thought. Don't know, what would you say to that? Or maybe you should use something like Amazon One Link.
Well, it is. You can obviously use that. But it is actually, Canada's quite a big market. One of my friends has one of the biggest Facebook selling groups in Canada, and she earns a substantial amount of money just from Canada. So, yeah, it is a pretty big market. There's, it's the same as UK. You could say that just targeting .co.uk is the wrong thing to do. And I know you've had experience with a .co.uk with Wheel Along. But I have a couple of friends here who have very, very large websites just targeting .co.uk.
What I would suggest then is to have a look in your Google Analytics and just have a look at the countries that are coming to your site. And if you've got a lot of people, if like your main source is from Canada, then it's good. But if you look and you see 70% of your traffic is coming from the US, maybe you need to adjust your affiliate links.
Yeah. And it's used as a plugin for, like Amalink Pro or AAWP or something like that. So you can actually tell it which one it wants to target first. And then, so it might be Canada and second US, or she could switch that around.
Yeah. I've got to say that I think this table would look better if you did use AAWP. Because you could pull in a picture, you could bring in some other bits and bobs. And you could do that targeting for different countries. These all look good. You're using SiteStripe. Now, if you use the columns facility within Gutenberg, you could put the boot kind of to the side, so you would lose a bit of this white space. I guess on a mobile, it probably doesn't matter too much because it looks okay.
I think it's really underused. The Gutenberg blocks at the minute is very underused, and there's some fantastic. One of my editors on my new site is doing some incredible work using it, and he's created some really unique kind of tables and looking charts and stuff. And it's just blocks he uses, and he just pieces them all together, and then he saves them as a template. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you can do some real powerful stuff,
Mm.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, you've got so many things to talk about here with the thing, and your featured images look really good. So you're kind of covering gardening. Is Tony still here? Tony's the man when it comes to gardening, for sure.
Certainly is.
But it's looking really good. Looking really good. I don't know. Maybe
I mean, I would just say the food one for me is the one that I think you would struggle and could possibly waste a lot of time on. I would
Yeah,
aim the food to be more outdoorsy. So, pack up meal suggestions for when
yeah,
hiking, how to warm, soup up when you're at top of the mountain, and kind of food related, but more outdoors related
yeah.
as well.
4 easy meals you can cook when you're outdoors or when you're out up a mountain
Yep.
or hiking or whatever.
Yeah, exactly that kind of thing. So, it can still be recipes and stuff, but you could, embed them in informational content as well. So it might be, how to warm soup up, in cold climates. And then in there, she tells you how to do that. But then there's a recipe, and here's my recipe for leek and potato soup or whatever it may be.
Yeah. I mean, why not? That would make it a little bit more relevant. And yeah,
Yeah.
recipes is
And
going
if
to
she
be.
has it as a recipe card, then that can get obviously shared and can gain backlinks and stuff. So she's got the added benefit of getting the traffic from the informational content, and then they'll go, okay, I now know how to do it, and there's a recipe there as well. So it's kind of two birds with one stone kind of situation. It's good.
For sure. So yeah, maybe just realign your recipe section, because isn't it, you can get a lot of views with recipes. So if you've got ads, then it's a great way to monetize. The other thing I'd say, I think with a little bit of tweaking to the typography on the site, it could look a lot better. I'm not saying it looks bad, but just maybe bringing this down a few points in size, possibly trying a different font or just a different weight. It could look a little bit better. Not that I say it doesn't look bad, but I think a few little tweaks could really make it pop out nicely.
Yeah, I mean, I did the green fonts on my gardening site because I thought it was kind of relevant and stuff. And I suppose here, outdoors, greenery, gardening, yeah, I kind of get that. But I do sometimes think when you look on mobile, the green doesn't look great. I look at mine, I think it'd just be better black sometimes. So yeah, I would maybe experiment. And in Popcorn, it's one click. I'd experiment just putting it back to black and, like say, change the font and see if it looks
Yeah,
any better.
definitely. I mean, let me have a look at the site I've just built before I contradict myself. Personally, okay, I have done what I'm about to say. Personally, I like to leave all the text black, unless it's something you can click. I just think from a point of view of usability, having your links a color makes sense, and all the rest just black, because here these are colored and I kind of want to click on them because they're colored, but of course I can't because they're not links.
Well, I mean, that was one thing I was taught, and this could be totally wrong. I have no evidence whatsoever with this. But when I first started, somebody once said to me, "Don't ever put your titles in a color." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because Google identifies that as a link." Because
really? Okay.
Because links have colors. So, and I don't know if that's true, because obviously I think we'd have to have the attribute to the link. But it did make me think, because I never did it, and it's only recently I've started putting the colors on. So I think obviously I don't think that's correct now, but I was told that in the beginning, and it kind of made sense because he said, every link you see, it's a color, right? And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay. So on your page, it looks like you've got 30 links. I was like, oh, okay. So,
yeah, I think it's just back to usability, and the better usability you offer, the more people will browse your site, the more less annoyed they'll get. And
I think Chris has got a really good point in the comments there. So Chris said he likes the blogs in her name. It's great for personalized branding, but it might be difficult for selling. Which, it's an interesting point of view. Is that? But mind you, if you're buying a website, would you care if it stayed? As long as Joanne said, if I sell the website, it stays in my name and my branding. Why would you want to change it? Unless you want to be famous.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything too terrible about that. I mean, you've named all your stuff after yourself. I mean, I don't think in terms of resale value, especially on the stuff we do in terms of the YouTube, I don't think we could ever sell it because it is just us, isn't it? It's a bit like when you build any kind of business that revolves around you, it can be impossible to sell it.
It can be.
But then Joanne Jensen could become a brand and you could have writers, so it doesn't matter, yeah.
I mean, there are a few YouTube channels recently that sold, some quite big kind of WordPressy YouTubers, and that have sold, and it's now a new face running it. They've kept it exactly the same. It's just suddenly it's a new person presenting it. So the people are still selling them. But I mean, I did. I'm not worried about like calbroadbent.com and stuff like that, because obviously I don't think anybody's really going to buy that. But,
Yeah, and you didn't set it up with a view to sell it, did you? It was just to
no,
do
exactly,
your stuff.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that is something now I do consider when I'm setting up a new site in terms of the branding and stuff. So yeah, I think a little black text here and there might just, and I think just bring this down a little bit on the H1. I think it's just a little big. Maybe that's too small. I don't know.
I think it just doesn't kind of look a little as gimmicky, if you know what I mean. Like I say, I'm victim of it because I've got green on my gardening site, but I think sometimes it just looks a little gimmicky. Does the color? I think just it doesn't need to, because like I say, you don't want that to pop out and stand out, because there's nothing to click, is there? So the only thing I want to stand out on a page like that is something I want them to click.
David said Backlinko sold for multi-millions. But again, Backlinko is a brand. I know it's the guy. I can't remember the guy's name. So there you go. It's irrelevant. He's irrelevant.
I think is it Brian Dean?
Brian Dean, yeah. See, if it was called BrianDean.com, would it be worth less than Backlinko, which is a brand, isn't it?
Well, my keyword care, it's that doesn't go under calbroadbent.com, so it's just keywordcare.com. So technically that could, although it's known as me, it's kind of, I'm the face of it and stuff. I think it still could be sold because it's it's not a brand, it's not a branded domain.
Yeah. By the way, we'll do a giveaway if we can get to 88 likes. We're up to 46. So if you haven't pressed the like button, you'd like to win some WP Eagle merch. Or something else. It could be a free ticket to the Fringe event if you're coming. Well, that's it really. Or in fact, one person the other week asked for just a half-hour phone call with me, which I'm happy to do as well. I'd say a t-shirt's probably better value, but it's whatever you like.
Underselling yourself.
Yeah. So let's hit the like button. There we go. There we go. Changed a few colours there. I do want to make this header a bit smaller, but I don't know how to do that. I've got all day.
I bet when you're doing this, people are watching going, what's he doing at my website?
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not permanent. It's not permanent. I don't know. Phil is like shaking his head. I can feel it. Look at what he's doing. What's he doing? Height.
I think you should just do a video just on padding. Just padding the space in video. That's all it is.
I love padding. That's too much. That's not enough. Yeah, it's not working. Anyway, I've broken the site. Never mind.
Oh, Joanne, you'll have to start all over again.
No, it looks great, and you've obviously put a lot of work into it. Well done, and thanks for sharing it with us. So yeah, in about 5 minutes, if we get to 88 likes, we will do a giveaway on the wheel of fortune, the wheel of names. Josh says he would change the logo to wide with the house on the left. Yes, quite possibly. That kind of logo would look better on a more stacked header. And again, but it probably looks fine on a mobile. It's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, you see, the only thing I ever worry about is mobile. I don't really care about desktop. I know, Popcorn looks great out of the box, but to me, it's just what mobile looks like, because, 60, 70, 80% often of your traffic is on mobile. So I even edit my posts in the mobile view. So
really?
I think yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I've got a video. I have a video for my writers showing them how to do it. But yeah, I do. Whenever I get a writer that publishes into draft, I go into it and I switch it straight to mobile view, and then you can edit in that mobile view. And then
that's a good idea. Yeah,
it's a lot easy. It's a lot better for paragraphs, because obviously you can break your paragraphs up better. Because when you do on desktop, sometimes your paragraphs look grammatically correct and it's the right length and everything. But when you go on a mobile, it's like a full screen of text, like a wall of text.
Yeah.
So if you edit it in mobile view, you can break the paragraphs up really nicely.
Okay, so we're up to 58. I'm just having a look at Dartpix, which is the website that Sue has been busy adding more content to. Again, it's a popcorn theme. It's the site that I bought about 3 months ago now. Maybe it was 2 months ago. No, I think it was at least 3 months ago. And yeah, it's a site that I'm hoping to flip. And it's done another $100 in Amazon commission this month, which is quite a lot of dartboards, to be fair. And it's doing really well. So I'm going to have a full... This is going to be a full case study video. That's the plan. Rather than me giving you updates every single month, it's all in one. That's the plan. But yes, Sue has been busy creating content because did you know Sue was a darts player? Well, she was in a previous life. So she knows all about darts. So she's been fantastically adding content. I'm just going to approve these. I'll check them later. I'm sure they're good, Sue.
We're going to have to get a dartboard in the affiliate gathering, aren't we, and have a little bit of
have a few throws. What do you do?
We've already found a football table. You know, the little table football. We've already found one there, so I'm sure we'll be having to go at that.
Yeah, I love table football. Other than that, I'm going to do a full update on my site. So I've had someone who's interested in buying Best Pressure Washer, so I might just sell that one. How's your pressure washer video going, by the way?
It does good on YouTube. I've got something like 12,000 views on YouTube on it.
Wow! So it does work.
It ranks number one in Google. Does the video? The article, funny enough, isn't great. So yeah, I mentioned that I think last time I was on. It's strange that the article is, one of the longest, most in-depth one I've ever done, and probably the most unique and original article.
You ruined your trainers and everything doing that.
I did. Yeah, I did. It was a very expensive video. And my accountant still pesters me. I've just submitted, obviously, last year's taxes, and she keeps pestering me like, "What are you doing with that jet wash?" I'm like, "It's just here in the garage." I think she thinks I bought it, made a video, made loads of money, then sold the jet wash or something. I'm like, "It's here if you want to see it."
Why? Because you put it through as an expense. You should put the trainers through as well.
Yeah.
You might need to finish my taxes.
Trainers through as an expense.
You should do, or at least trainer cleaning. I need to finish my taxes. I've also got Spanish taxes now, which is a whole other level. Here we go. Here's a question. Why do you from Zach? I don't know why I'm shouting it. Hello, Mom Van. I didn't see you there. Great contribution to the video earlier.
Yeah,
by the way,
lovely it was.
Good to see you featured in a video. Why do you turn off the sidebar for your content on the dart picks and the best corn popper? That's for me. But before I answer that, and I can imagine what your answer is going to be, but do you like a sidebar?
Yeah, for the sticky floaty ad.
For the sticky floaty ad.
That's it.
But
switch on.
But you just a minute ago said mobile first. And where's your sidebar then?
Yeah, but you're obviously going to get some desktop views on it as well. So I'd rather have, if I'm going to have desktop views, I want to get as much money out as I can. I mean, I think it's Income School who said that as well, that they don't put anything in the sidebar at all. It's just there for that one ad to float up the side and then stick at the top. It's quite a good ad revenue earner, is that? So I think I have maybe 4 or 5 latest posts in the sidebar. So they have to scroll a little bit. But pretty much 2 flicks of your finger scrolling up and it's stuck at the top is that ad. So, yeah.
So it's for ad reasons. I'm with Phil on this, that sidebars look like that. And
I mean, they do. But
it earns money. And I don't know, I think Matt might have gone, he was in earlier. I know he hates sidebars. I think it's just a personal thing. I think the sites look better without them for sure. And... yeah, but of course with popcorn theme, if you want a sidebar, that's not a problem. A lot of people are saying they don't like the look of sidebars, but they're there. They do increase revenue.
Yeah, there's a few people there. Zach VDG said sticky floating ads are highest converters, so I'd be afraid of taking mine off. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should add a sidebar. Patrick asks, who is the greatest competition for darts? Now, the thing is, there is tons of darts affiliate sites, which was, again, me not doing any due diligence before buying the site. These are going to be some Spanish results here, by the look of it. There's Darts Advice, Darts Guide, lots of affiliate type sites. I mean, let's take a look. That running Ezoic, that running Acabado. This Acabado looks a little bit broken.
That's Acabado.
Why is the logo? Oh, because he's stuck an ad right up there. Okay. See, sometimes you sacrifice a little bit too much for ad.
Yeah, but don't forget what you're seeing now, other people won't see. It's only
No.
because you run ads and every time you're on a website with ads, you stick on it for a while because it's usually your website. So he's always picks up on that, so it shows you more ads.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, a lot of affiliate site dance advice, but it hasn't actually deterred me because the site is doing quite. This one looks better. That logo though, but he's got the AAWP look. So yeah, there is a bit of competition, but don't always let the competition.
Just looking in the comments there, Tony from Simplify Gardening had a good point about the sidebar. That a sidebar is important to him as he charges $950 for a month for one ad on his sidebar, and that's not using his OIC. So he's privately selling that ad space in the sidebar, and
that's how valuable it is. But
I did that on Fish Keeping Forever. Yeah, I did it on that, and I was getting $500 a month for one ad in the sidebar on every article.
And how many clicks would you say they're getting a month for that?
Well, mine only lasted about 3 months because this company didn't get as many as they thought they were going to get. But it was a very specific. So it was like a pond fish company. So their adverts were only targeting a small percentage of fish keeping community. It was just people with a garden pond rather than fish in general. So if I'd have had a website that was 100% focused on outdoor garden ponds, they would have got a lot more clicks. So I think that's why they didn't like it. They kept on for a few months, but obviously Tony gets a serious amount of traffic to his site, and if it's for a product related ad, then I think he'll do really well. And that's why he can charge $950.
Yeah, he says he's had it for 13 months, so they're obviously fairly happy with it.
Yeah.
Is it quite straightforward to install the popcorn theme onto existing site? Yeah, just switch it over, it'll be fine. If you've been running something like Acabado, then you probably haven't got too much formatting within your posts, so it should be fine. You sometimes run into trouble if you've been using page builders and stuff that isn't Gutenberg powered, but you should be fine.
I think the amount of times you say Acabado, that probably ranks in Google. Does
Acabado? Acabado. I don't know how to say it. I'll ask Ricky when I see him in York.
Yeah, just say, how do you pronounce your theme? He'll love that.
You're Acabado. Well, it's 9:30 here in Espanol. So I think we should do a draw. We haven't got to 88 likes. I'm very disappointed in you guys. Come on. It could be because there's only 64 of you watching, so that's going to make it tricky to get there. But we can do it anyway, can't we? I mean, you tried with the likes, and I'm sure that after we finish streaming, it will go above 88. So if you'd like to win some merch, maybe a WP Eagle golden embroidered t-shirt, or a free ticket to the WP Eagle Fringe event in York, then all you need to do is say something in the chat right now. I know you tried your best, Samantha. It's fine. Jonathan, hi, how are you? Didn't see you there. Mug for Mark. Well, maybe. Let's get rid of some of these tabs. So if you haven't got your tickets for Affiliate Gathering, there's still plenty available. You can find the link below this video, or just go to affiliategathering.com. I think there'll be a little tick box where you can say that you heard about it from me.
Yeah, there is. It'll ask where you heard about it, tick your name. If it is in person, then yeah, I mean, I'm going to give some numbers out in the next few weeks, but if it's in person, you want to come, get your ticket, get it quick, because there are a limited amount of seats in that place. So yeah, it is strictly limited, so you do need to get your tickets. But digital tickets will run, I think it's about a week before the event, so we will switch that off about a week before the event because we have to obviously set up the live stream feed and stuff, so...
Jonathan, I saw that order. Thank you very much. I will enjoy having a beer with you, Jonathan. Yeah, I mean, in terms of my Fringe tickets, I think that we can get maybe 50 in that room without being too closed in.
Yeah, I think it's 50.
And we're probably already about halfway there. So that's good. There'll be enough money for a pint or two each. Well, you can. I think Carl's put me in the Premier Inn, so I'm sure there's a room there, Tony.
Yeah, but we're literally selling out York for that weekend. So again, spots in hotels are getting smaller. So
wow, York's never had an event like it.
Well, we're definitely packing it out on Saturday, that's for sure.
That's good. I'm staying actually an extra night. My parents have used it as an excuse to come and see me. So they're coming up.
I think a few people are doing that. I mean, that's why we wanted to have it on the Friday, so you could kind of get the event done on the Friday, then everybody could have the weekend round York as a,
Yeah.
touristy thing.
Right. Anyway, let's get on with this. 200 quid for the premiere in. Must be fully booked. Okay. All you lot. Here we go. Oh, I like they've got a Ukraine flag across the top there. By the way, did you all see the stream that I did 2 weeks ago where I opened it up for the world? Carl was on it. It was good fun. But weirdly, it was 2 or 3 days before the Russian invasion, and we had a guest on from the Ukraine and from Russia at different times, both giving their sides of what was going on. So you must watch the replay, as well as Ayub, who was an interesting character. Unfortunately, he had muted himself and he was unable to unmute, but still a lot of fun.
It was funny. I think it's the only stream that my wife's actually stopped and watched it. Normally websites and all that, she's not interested, but she was like, I can't believe what these people is getting on. It's so much fun.
I don't know if I did start the war. I don't think I was responsible entirely. Okay, let's go. But I'm going to be doing another one of them soon because it was fun, but also slightly nerve-wracking. Hello? Okay, so it turns out that whenever I press the drum roll, Ecamm crashes. So no drum roll. I don't know. I did just update Ecamm today. I thought they might have fixed that bug. No, I think it's only when I'm interviewing. It's only when I'm interviewing. And yeah, let's try again. Yeah, it turns out when I click the drum roll, the internet crashes. So let's not do that. Let's just spin it. I did spin, but I'm not going to say who just won because it's not fair because we crashed.
I thought it was me actually because I clicked mute as soon as it went off. So I don't know if it was you or me.
No, we won't have any more sound effects. The drum roll will break it. So let's just do it. It was you, Justin. It was you, Justin, but no one saw it. John! Well, and you, Justin. You can both drop me an email and I'll sort you out with something because, yeah, it was Justin. Dang it, he must have seen. But John! Let's see if I can do an applause. Hold tight. Applause is fine. It's literally the drum roll. I don't know what it... Can I do a bomb? We could do a little... Just don't touch the drum roll. It's like a self-destruct button. But on that note, congratulations, John. You've won a T-shirt, or possibly, if you're coming up to York, you can come and have a few beers on the house. Let's transition. Let's say goodbye to Carl. Well, that was fun. Carl, you're still there. That's good.
Yes.
You're still there, right? Yeah. So, Carl, have you got anything you want to announce? What you got on this week? Anything that we need to know about?
I've just published a interview with Ariel Phoenix, who's coming to the affiliate gathering. She's on the Q&A panel. Lovely lady, really fun interview. So, yeah, you might want to check that out. I'm trying to get a few interviews with people who's going to be attending, not only just speaking and on the panel. Just trying to get a few people on that's actually going to be in the crowd as well. So, I'm trying to get a few more videos out and chat to them because it's fascinating talking to them and their journeys. And Ariel was one of them. I read her about page and it's so similar to my story, kind of how I got into it. So it's great. So yeah, I've just published that. That's good. And then otherwise, it's just publishing content on my website. That's the week.
That's what you're doing this week. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I've just seen Ariel was in the comments, was in the chat earlier. I don't know if she's still here. I think she may have gone. She also agreed with my stance on Keith's video earlier, so I already like her.
She's your favourite now.
She's my favourite. But
I thought you had some good points. I mean, that in Keith's video, it's interesting that a lot of people had the same opinions, but it was a different spin on it. So a lot of people was like, you should only build one website because if you make any failings in that one website, you'll learn, not to do it on other websites, which wasn't kind of the route I was going down. So mine was more about focusing on one website to, make that successful, to earn enough money to make another one.
But I think the thing is, if you're a beginner, then probably, and if you're brand new to all this stuff, then doing 2 or 3 websites is probably going to be too much, possibly, and you're going to be spreading yourself thin if you haven't got a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yeah.
But my one thought is that generally, and you know this, that your first website is probably going to fail anyway, isn't it? It just is, because like your first business, your first anything is generally the one that you cut your teeth on, is not always a success. And just in my experience, it's very difficult to know if your website's going to be a success, if you're in the right niche, what the competition's like, all that stuff is very hard to predict, even if you do a load of due diligence, as you found out with your big case study. So it's just spreading your risk. I guess that's where I was coming from. Just from my experience, I built 2 or 3 or 4 sites, and a couple of them work, a couple of them don't. They've all had pretty much the same procedure. Some work, some don't. So it's kind of that kind of spread betting approach where you throw a load of stuff at a wall and see what sticks. That was my thought.
I mean, I'm a big fan of looking, like you said, looking at the data, so seeing what is working and then going after that, because you can tell the website what the early signs. You
just know if something's moving or if it's not, don't you?
Like I said, the new website I've launched now, like I say, that's on a clean, fresh domain. It has really good signs. It just feels like everything's doing what it should be. I mean, I'm not asking for anything that it shouldn't be doing, but it's just behaving like it should for a new site, and that's really good to see. So, I'd be happy to kind of run with that website now. But so I do get your point, and especially if you write your own content, it's easier to launch a couple of sites and put your own content on there because it's not costing you anything other than your time, and then see which one has them early signs of success, and then. But then focus down on it.
Then you focus. That's why I kind of said both things. I say start with a few and then focus on one. Everyone else said start with one and then build out. Hey, I like to be different. But thank you.
I said when you told me that, I said maybe you are right. Maybe out of everyone,
maybe we're all right. I'm sure we're all right. Yeah. It all works for some of us. My one fear is that people, they get into affiliate marketing, they're full of excitement and enthusiasm. This is going to be life changing, and they, for whatever reason, they get the wrong domain name or they pick the wrong niche, and they put a lot of blood, sweat and tears into the site, and whatever they do is just not going to work because it's just wrong for one of those fundamental reasons, and it can be really disheartening. Whereas, as you say, if you've got a few going, you can suddenly spot, okay, that search graph is going up, that one's getting traffic, and then you focus. And if you've got a small budget, say you're going to buy 20 articles a month, that's what you can afford. You buy 10 for one and 10 for the other. I mean, I don't know. Interesting. Go and watch the video because it's been fantastically edited. The intro is fantastic. It's like some drama where he's taken a little snippet of all of us talking, and it looks like we're going to all say something really profound, which some of us do, but not me. And if you get to the end, that's where you find me.
I mean, you can tell when you do YouTube, because I watched it and my first comment was great editing.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't worried about the questions. It was just like good editing.
No, yeah, I thought, wow, I want to watch this, which is half of the thing. Anyway,
somebody, Baz has said, where can he find Keith's video? It's Minted Empire on YouTube.
Yeah, I did share it via the community tab on my YouTube channel and also via my Twitter. So you'll find him. Keith was in the chat. I don't know if he's still here.
I think he is. Yeah, I think it is.
Stoic man, that's the way. That's the passive income. There is no such thing, but it's definitely better than selling your time for money, for sure.
Did you see the guys at Passive Income Unlocked? They've got a portfolio of about 4 or 5 websites, pretty big ones. I think they earn on average like 30,000, 40,000. It was interesting to watch that one today because he mentioned that, I know Chris is in the chat, that's what's just reminded me. Me and Chris both did videos about the Google snippet ban and snippets disappearing. And they said they saw 20-30% drop on one of their websites, which was significant financially. And they watched, they didn't say whether it was mine or Chris's video, it doesn't really matter, but they watched one of them and they jumped into that website and had a look, and they've lost all the snippets on that website. So it was interesting then for them to back it up. So they were saying, these guys who did that video, it is true. Then some sites have disappeared and lost the snippets. So,
and did you find out a reason for that?
Not figured it out yet, no. So it's on my website that's lost it. It's still lost it. They're not there. I tried a few little tricks, and we've tried something in Google Search Console, which we thought would bring them back. It's kind of like reversing the post back to when they had.
Did you think someone had reported one of your snippets or something?
Yeah, because apparently what happens is if you see a snippet and you report, and it was really funny because Google was saying that it doesn't happen. We don't take snippets off a site, and this is with John Mueller. This was my argument in Twitter because John was saying we don't remove snippets. Never been done. Not at all. You're wrong. But then I went to have a look at Google's terms and conditions, and it says if somebody reports a snippet as being wrong or false information, Google manually takes off the snippets, all of them, not just that one. And then I posted that to Twitter to John Mueller, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know that."
Wow, yeah. And he actually replied to your tweet, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good conversation with him, and he had fair points. He just said he doesn't know anything in the algorithm that's rolled out that takes snippets off. He's just not aware of it. But that doesn't mean it says a bug or it's not happening, because there are some websites that people are going in, checking their websites, and they are seeing 0 snippets. And like I say, I've got 11 websites now, and I've only lost the snippets on 2 of them, and I can't identify why that would be. So
that's weird.
Yeah.
But that sounds like it could be some sort of negative SEO. You could just go around and report all your competitors' snippets.
Yeah, that's what we said, yeah. Somebody reports snippets wrong, they take all your snippets off, and you don't get them back, apparently. They don't reassess it, they don't recheck them.
But surely there must be some manual review, and if they find the report to be incorrect, they would reinstate you.
Yeah, I mean, are they an expert on rabbits or something? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know how they would know that information is correct. So, but there's definitely something happening, whatever it is, whether it is negative SEO, I don't know. But clearly some sites, like I said, these guys checked theirs, and they were earning like 10,000 a month from their site. And they said, those guys are right. I've got 0 snippets today. So, it's interesting.
Hi, Maggie. Good to see you. You're a little bit late. We're just about to leave. But yeah, thank you, Carl. Even though he was feeling a little bit poorly, he joined us for the full hour, on and off, between the crashes and the internet failures. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow with Doug and the guys from Niche Website Builder. We'll be chatting. We're going to be talking about making your first $100 online. So that should be fun, but we'll be talking about all sorts of stuff. So it's here on this channel, WP Eagle. If you're subscribed and got your notifications on, you should be informed about it. But yeah, join us. It's 4 o'clock Spanish time, 3 o'clock UK time, which will be, 10 o'clock in the morning or something. US time for Doug, whatever. Anyway, it'd be good to see you. And then I'll see you there on Thursday as well on this channel for the air fresher giveaway. But for now, let's all say goodbye to Carl.
Thank you very much. See you all later.
Let's see if we can zoom it out. Oh, he's gone. He's not gone. He's actually still there. I think he's still there. Yeah, he's still there. Anyway, I'll see you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good luck with your sites, and yeah, thank you. Thanks, Keith. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The sad music ran out ages ago, didn't it? Never mind. Bye.